talking about how he was going to employ the bullpen like he did in Cleveland. And, that was the save situation right there in a 6-5 game at the bases loaded. You bring him in there and he throws gas, he gets out of it. And then you can bring him back for the ninth. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to use him. Maybe you don't want. I certainly wouldn't want to do it all the time, but that was a spot that I thought you could.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of such a thing. I mean, I'm not saying you got to use him for 4-out save, 5-out save every single time, but this is the spot. To Moose's point, this is the spot you got to do that in against the Phillies on the road. You're holding on for dear life for that one-run lead. Familia clearly doesn't have it. Get him out of the game, and you go to Diaz in that spot. Now, if you want to just make him a one-inning pitcher again, which is rare, but I can understand that, then you got to actually get somebody in the eighth inning who could get some outs, because
thought they had with
well, they don't. I mean, they don't have it with Jeurys Familia. They don't have it. Don't have it with Robert Gazelman. So they need more. They need more arms in the pen anyway. But if you're not going to extend Diaz on certain nights, and again, nobody's looking to overwork him. It's April, I understand it, but this is one where you got to get the 4-out save there. You got to go to a guy that you trust. So if you're not going to be able to do that, and you want to have him as just that one-inning pitcher, then they need to go out there and add arms in that bullpen.
So let me ask you this, and it's important to keep in mind here. The Mets won this game.
Yeah,
Brody Van Wagenen then comes out and speaks about the usage of Diaz after Callaway gets grilled by the media, and understandably so. And he's trying to obviously support his manager. But, Peter, by coming out in mid-April to speak after a win in Philadelphia, does the general manager, by speaking out in this manner, actually support his manager or undermine his manager in your mind?
I think it's a little bit of both, but it's very rare to see a GM come out after a game, unless he's addressing some major injury or a trade that happened during the game. It's very rare the GM is speaking after a game, especially in April, and halfway through the first month of the season. So yeah, I mean, Callaway has to. If Callaway is the spokesman for the team every day, it just seems weird for Brody to come out then after the game and have to kind of back up his manager.
Does it send a message that the manager can't handle the question?
No, I actually liked it. How many times have we ripped the Mets for years? The miscommunication and they're not on the same page. Here you have it where stories starting to get out of control here. They don't know what's going on because they just won a game. They can't believe this is happening. Nobody thought it was a big deal because they're on the same page with the plan. Everybody on the outside's thinking, how can you not use this guy for more than 3-out saves? And now Brody wants to come out and say, look, this is our decision as an organization. I'm backing up my manager. So I actually thought it was a good thing for them.
Yeah, I think it's a bad look. I mean, I disagree. All due respect, I disagree with you, Sal. I think when a manager's coming on after the game, you think a general manager, you think about this, there's an injury, right? I mean, Mickey Callaway, he's got the big boy pants on. He's the manager of the New York Mets. He's going to get grilled based on the decisions that he makes in that dugout and how he uses as his team. I understand it was an uncomfortable 10, 12 minutes. He didn't do a great job of answering the media's questions after the game. I don't think you need Brody Van Wagenen and then swooping in afterward and addressing the media, because if you listen to exactly what Brody Van Wagenen said, he didn't really say all that much in addressing the media. He just wanted to try and be out there supporting his manager. But Mickey Callaway, here's how you're going to say, as long as you win games, right, that's all it really comes down to.
And can I just mention, the Mets won. Everybody's got to remember, a great win to start off a series in Philadelphia. That's it for us for now. Let's send it back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Jonas. Still ahead, were the Nets able to keep things going in Philly? Some NBA playoff highlights coming up next. Plus, the Yankees and Red Sox get set for their first series of the season. But which team's slow start is more surprising? Some Yanks and Sox talk right here when Sports Night returns.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Keep going, man. You got it.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Having kids means having stuff, like Keystone Stairway Bunk. Storage inside the stairs, behind the stairs, even under the bed, in gray, espresso, or white. Only $777 and only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Switch into a new Chevy today. Current qualified competitive lessees can lease this Equinox for around $179 a month. Or current competitive owners get 20% below MSRP when you purchase and finance with GM Financial.
When we're born, we're more alike than we are different. Then somewhere along the way, we start to believe the more distant we are from each other, the more different we are. It's only when we venture into the world that we see all we share. Maybe that's the power of flight. Delta isn't flying just to bring us together, but to show we were never that far apart.
Why bother mastering something? Why hand-tune an audio system? Why include the most advanced active safety system in its class, Standard? Because when you want to create an entirely new feeling, the difference between excellence and mastery is all the difference in the world. The Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery.
Lease the 2019 ES 350 for $389 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Tomorrow, the Mets get a crack at the new-look Phillies in the city of brotherly love. And the Amazons have some new toys of their own as Pete Alonso and the boys aim to annihilate their rivals.
It's out of here!
Coverage begins with City pregame tomorrow at 6:30 only in SNY.
To the NBA, Game 2 of the Nets versus 76ers first-round matchup early in the first quarter. Nets down 8. D'Angelo Russell goes around the Jared Allen screen and hits the 3 plus the foul to would complete the 4-point play, making it a 4-point game. Second quarter, Nets down by 8. Joel Embiid goes hard to the hole and finishes the tough basket plus the foul. Embiid is fired up after the 3-point play. A few minutes later, Rodion Kurucs misses the 3 but follows up his own shot and slams it down, bringing the Nets within 4. Early in the second half, Simmons drives to the hoop and finds Embiid, who throws it down, giving the Sixers an 8-point lead. A few minutes later, pretty good ball movement leads to Embiid finding J.J. Redick, who hits the jumper in the corner to increase their lead to 16. Now, a minute later, off the Nets turnover, Simmons takes it the other way and finishes to make it a 20-point game. Time winding down in the third. Off the Redick miss, Mike Scott is there to put it in as time expires. Philly scored 51 points in the third quarter, tying an NBA playoff record as the Sixers even up the series at 1 game apiece, winning 145-123. Here's Kenny Atkinson after the game.
Look on the positive side. You know, they came back. They played a heck of a game. It's 1-1. We go back to Brooklyn. I mean, you know, the old story. If you would have told us before we're splitting here in Philly, I think we'd be happy.
We played extremely well in the first half, but we just didn't do a good enough job of setting the tone in the second half. And, you know, we were basically digging ourselves a hole, you know, right from the moment they went on that, I think it was 21-2 run.
For more on what happened with the Nets, we'll send it over to Jonas with Sal and Moose.
All right, guys, interesting stuff here. The Nets battle back after an early deficit to almost be tied at halftime. They give up 51 points in the third quarter. Sal, what happened to them in the third quarter?
I mean, they get hit by a more talented team. There's no other way to put it. The Sixers come out of the half, they go on the 14-0 run. Moose, when you look at it, the Sixers are a far more talented team than the Nets are. I mean, when Embiid's playing the way that he is, Simmons, you throw in Redick, Tobias Harris, there's too much talent. So if the Sixers are clicking, I don't care how well the Nets play, how good at chemistry, how much fun they're having out there, how well coached they are, they can't compete with the Sixers when they're clicking on all cylinders. That's what happened in the second half.
Well, right, the 21-2 run, I mean, made shots, turnovers. You look at Brooklyn, played well in the first half. Joe Harris hit upon it, didn't touch, set the tone in half number 2. Listen, they might be a more talented basketball team. I don't think they're a better coach team.
Right.
I mean, I do think Kenny Atkinson's a better coach than Brett Brown, and I do think in terms of playing together as a team, you look at what the Nets did in Game 1, you know, it's the old zigzag theory, you know, if you play NBA playoffs, right? I mean, you expect the team that loses Game 1 to bounce back in a big-time way in Game 2, especially if that's the home team, especially if they're favored, and they were nearly a 9-point favorite going into this one. So it's really not all that surprising that the Philadelphia 76ers, as Jimmy Butler was working out on the practice court 4 hours before the game, that they came out with this kind of a performance. We'll see exactly. Game 3 will have a lot to decide how this series plays out. But really what happened, you saw a team with a great desire, a lot lot of talent play their best basketball in quarter 3.
Sal, Embiid obviously struggled game 1. Different story game 2. Did he show himself to be the best player in this series?
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, we know, though, his issues. We know how great of a player he is. We also know that he's always banged up, always hobbled with that knee. But if he plays, and look, they're going to give him some minutes off, obviously, and he had the big man filling in for him, Bojanovic, or however you say his name there, and he did his job. So when you combine those two, you have a lethal position there. But yeah, Embiid is I mean, you're going to throw in D'Angelo Russell for the Nets. You want to have him compete with Ben Simmons. I think Embiid is the best player on the court. He's going to be a difference maker if he could give them quality minutes.
Why? If he can stay healthy. How long does that knee hold up, right? He had 23 and 10 on Monday night. They're going to need him to be on the court and be that presence, because the Philadelphia 76ers, if you watch them this year, when Embiid's not on the court, they're a completely different team.
Much more aggressive in game 2, looked in game shape in game 2. Big differences from game 1. Thanks, guys. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Jonas. The New York Giants ownership team are extremely loyal to Eli Manning, given their public faith in the aging Manning. So it might come as a surprise that Eli didn't even get clued in to the Odell Beckham trade. Take a listen on how Manning found out.
I found out, just was watching TV one night and kind of came across the clicker at the bottom of the screen and started getting a few texts, and I wanted to try to reach out to him, and that was kind of my first reaction. And Odell's been a teammate for 5 years and been a good friend, and in these circumstances, you kind of think about the person involved.
Moving to the draft, many Big Blue fans desperately hope the Giants pull the trigger on a QB who can eventually replace Manning. Management doesn't appear to be too concerned on that front, given their confidence, Eli. But here's what Eli had to say about the Giants' long-term future at QB.
I figured the Giants are going to, get a young quarterback, and so I understand that. And hey, I got to do my job, and I'll do my part. And my job, as I see it, is to go out there and play quarterback and win football games, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Some more baseball to get to here on Sports Night. Can the Yankees finally come away with the home series win when they face off against the Red Sox? Plus, why David Wright can relate to what Tiger Woods has gone through when it comes to back injuries. That and so much more right here when Sports Night returns.
Here's your Buick, sir.
Actually, that's my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Auto Show Lease Cash is back. Current eligible non-GM lessees use it to get this low-mileage lease on this 2019 Encore for around $119 per month. Or current eligible GM lessees get this 2019 Enclave for around $359 per month.
The New York International Auto Show starts Friday, April 19th at the Javits Center. See all new cars and trucks, plus the latest in technology and design, all in one place. Experience interactive displays, ride and drives, and 10 days and 4 floors of endless excitement. Adjacent to Hudson Yards Station, get behind the wheel at the most thrilling auto event of the season. The New York International Auto Show, April 19th through the 28th at the Javits Center. Buy tickets at the door or at autoshowny.com.
It's time to turn heads in a Toyota. Turn up your tunes in the Corolla hatchback with Apple CarPlay compatibility. Turn up your tech in Corolla with pre-collision system standard. Turn up your fun in the Camry with Alexa connectivity. This spring, turn up the heat in a Toyota. Lease Camry for $189 a month or get $1,250 lease bonus cash on Corolla. Plus, recent college grads get a $500 rebate. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Tony.
Hi, Glove.
You like baseball?
Yeah, of course.
Great. Scan this number sticker with the New York Lottery's Collect and Win app. Attaboy. You're entered to win up to $5,000 in StubHub gift cards for events like this. Now raise your hand, Chief. Enter your Win 4 and numbers tickets with the Collect and Win app from the New York Lottery.
Introducing the Genesis G70, North American Car of the Year. Lease a 2019 Genesis G70 2.0 Turbo all-wheel drive from $389 per month for 36 months. Visit your local Genesis retailer.
K&G has the stylish Easter looks you'll love. Dresses are 2 for just $40. Plus, our entire stock of suits are on sale, starting at 2 for $90. And buy 2 suit separate pieces, get 1 free. Save big this Easter with K&G.
Here's a look at the numbers for the Yankees and the Red Sox so far this season, presented by Geico. Neither team is hitting or pitching well, which I'm told is a problem in baseball, but the Bo Sox pitching has been especially horrendous. The starters, a whopping 7.18 ERA, but the worst numbers with these teams are the records. Yanks 6-9, Boston 6-11. I'm here with Peter Body. Peter, who are you more surprised to see struggling as this series starts on Tuesday?
Well, I'm going to say the Red Sox here. Obviously, we know what the Yankees have gone through with their injuries and all that sort of stuff, and you can at least accept and you understand why. But when you look at the Red Sox coming off the World Series, bringing back most of their team, I know that they made a controversial decision to not bring back Craig Kimbrell, who's still out there as a free agent, but you couldn't fathom that their starting pitching would be this bad. Outside of David Price, who threw 7 shutout innings the other day, Sale's been terrible. Porcello and Evaldi have been terrible. So, I mean, this Red Sox team was built on that staff, and they haven't, and they obviously haven't produced so far.
All right, you mentioned Sale. The Yankees went out and get Paxton this year. Both are supposed to be sort of, headlining the rotations. Yeah. Whose performance worries you more, Paxton or Sale?
Well, Sale is pretty confounding because when you look at it, like I guess his velocity is down a couple of ticks. He's throwing like low 90s, and one game I think he was throwing mostly in the 80s with his fastball. So I mean that has to be a concern. He did have some at least a minor shoulder problem last year, right? They put him on the DL in August for a few weeks. So I think you have to be concerned there. Now Paxton has a whole
mentally he's having issues.
Paxton has to have a whole different set of questions, right? How is he going to be Sonny Gray, or is he going to hit the ground running here in New York? So I mean that's the thing. That's what you want to see out of him. I wasn't impressed with him the other night in Houston. Obviously that's a big time lineup, but I mean he's got to be better. Both he and Jay have, especially with Severino on the sideline.
You said it's going to be Sonny Gray. I thought you were going to go Ed Whitson, which almost had me nervous. Despite the early struggles, is there any way you don't see these two teams not in the mix for the division by the year?
I have to think they're both going to turn it around. The Yankees are going to get healthy at some point, right? I mean, they have 11 guys on the DL. You wouldn't think, I mean, knock on wood, you wouldn't think it could get any worse for them injury-wise. So I feel like the Yankees are going to get back into it once they start getting their pieces back. I don't know when Severino, I don't think they even know specifically when Severino's going to be back. Betances is actually a big loss for them because outside of Ottavino, their bullpen hasn't been great. The Red Sox, you feel like these guys are going to pitch to their track record at some point. Betts has got it off to a slow start too the first couple of weeks. He's going to hit. Their lineup is so deep. So I can't imagine Tampa Bay's running away with this division. I think both of these teams will be in the mix by the summer.
Quick series, Yanks Red Sox. Peter, good stuff. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
All right, Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Jonas. No one thought the Islanders would be up 3-0 on the Pittsburgh Penguins, one of the most dominant franchises of the decade. Yet here we are. Teams that go up 3-0 win the series 98% of the time. And even though everything's clicking for New York, it knows Game 4 will be a war.
We've been pretty opportunistic so far this series. Guys have been scoring big goals, so we're going to need more of that. But tomorrow's going to be the biggest test for us. It's going to be the hardest challenge, and like everyone keeps saying, the fourth one's the hardest one to win, and that's a team over there that's won a couple cups and are led by some pretty great players.
We've put ourselves in a good position, but we haven't done anything yet, and I think that's kind of the bottom line, that we've worked really hard to put ourselves in this spot, and we just got to keep pushing forward and keep that mindset and the way we've been playing going.
Few people on this planet could relate to Tiger Woods winning the Masters, but Mets great David Wright can to a degree. He had to retire while still an elite athlete due to spine-related injuries. Wright said he saw similarities between he and Tiger's back problems and said the win gave him more respect for what he went through and was pretty cool. When Tiger Woods won the Masters Sunday for the first time since 2005 in vintage Tiger form, he didn't just win, America won. 21% of all TVs on in the U.S. from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time were tuned into the Masters, and it was the highest-rated morning golf tournament in 34 years on CBS. Why? Because Tiger Eldrick Woods doesn't just move the needle for golf. He is the needle. His swagger, the Nike red shirt, the Tiger moniker, signature fist bumps, and transcendent talent all play into why he's captivated us once again. He had to overcome disturbing public headlines and 4 major back surgeries. Many of us never thought we would see him win another major. Heck, he wasn't even sure. But there he stood on number 18, a champion once again, winning his first major in over a decade. The Tiger finally emerged from the darkness of the woods. You see, no one can hit a golf ball like Tiger, but everybody can relate to the struggles and adversity that life throws our way. What makes this story even more inspiring is that Woods broke down publicly, and still, like Maya Angelou says, he rose. What we witnessed this past Sunday was the greatest comeback in sports history. Thank you, Tiger, for making us believe again. Welcome back. And when we return, Zion Williamson finally made the announcement whether he would go pro or stay at Duke for a sophomore year. Were we in for a surprise? Find out next on Geico Sports Night.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Whose dog is this?
It's my special friend Antonio. His luxurious fur calms my nerves when I'm worried about moving into our new apartment.
Why don't we just ask Geico for help with renter's insurance?
I didn't know Geico helps with renter's insurance.
Yeah, and we could save a bunch too.
Antonio, fetch computer. Antonio. I'll get it.
Get to know Geico and see how much you could save on renter's insurance.
Update your floors with Empire Today's $50 room sale. Buy one room, get floors for all other rooms for just $50 each. So when you buy one room, it's only $50 for laminate in the kitchen, $50 for carpet in the bedroom, and $50 for hardwood in the office. There's no limit. Buy one room and it's $50 for floors in each additional room. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
The Cadillac Move Up sales event is here. Move up to next-gen connectivity. Move up to advanced safety. Move up to something a little more, well, Cadillac. In XT5, XT4, and the Escalade. Current eligible non-GM owners and lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2019 Cadillac XT4 from around $369 per month with no first month's payment and $4,290 due at signing.
Last baseball season, big league hitters whiffed on 71,839 pitches. That's a lot of swings for not a lot of action. But this baseball season, there's FanDuel Sportsbook. So now you can bet the big leagues and get more out of every pitch all season long. And with FanDuel's live betting, you can even place bets after first pitch, right through the final out. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and get refunded up to $500 in site credit if you don't win your first bet. FanDuel Sportsbook, more ways to win.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
The Jackie Robinson Museum will stage a day-long pop-up exhibit to preview never-before artifacts and photos that'll be included in the new museum when it opens this December. The exhibit is part of Major League Baseball's Jackie Robinson Day celebration, which took place Monday. Well, this shouldn't shock anybody. Duke freshman Zion Williamson declared for the NBA draft Monday. Williamson's expected to go #1 overall in this year's NBA draft after winning numerous Player of the Year awards, including the Naismith. Knicks fans will be drooling to get him if the team secures the #1 pick. And before we go, reports say that St. John's have made an offer to Porter Moser, who is the head coach of Loyola Chicago. The 50-year-old Moser took Loyola to the Final Four last season, and hopefully he can do the same for St. John's. That's going to do it for Geico Sports Night. I'm Chris Williamson, beautiful people. Have a tremendous Tuesday.
Conforto pulls one, and Hoskins can't make the play. Backed up by Hernandez. Scoring is Lagares, and the Mets take the lead. And Harper goes down swinging to start the bottom of the 11th. 0-2 to Hoskins. Trying to stop the swing. He went around, strike 3. 1-2. He struck him out, and the ball game is over.
Ah, yes, the Mets and Phillies renewing pleasantries, and while it wasn't pretty, the amazing sure will take it. Hey, everybody, I'm Jonas Schwartz. Plenty to get to in this show. We talk Yanks, Red Sox with that series starting on Tuesday. The guys on the couch are ready to talk all about the big games in Philadelphia. There's actually 2 big games in Philadelphia tonight, which our buddy Chris Williamson will tell you all about in Studio 31. Chris, take it away.
Thanks, Jonas. Welcome to Geico Sports Night, everybody. Coming up on the show, the Nets dominated Philly in Game 1, but Monday they could really cause Sixers fans to panic with the win. Highlights coming. Plus, Eli Manning shares his first public comments about Odell Beckham being traded. Don't want to miss what he had to say, but we start in the NL East with the showdown between Thor and the new-look Phillies. The first battle of a 3-game series down in Philly. It's Jackie Robinson night, and Robinson Cano celebrating his namesake with special cleats. Top 4 tied at 3-2 on. Cano hits it to the gap in right center off Aaron Nola. 2-run score. Mets take the 5-3 lead. Bottom 4, Noah Syndergaard trying to handle a windy night. Maikel Franco launches it to left. 2-run home run ties it up. Syndergaard went 5 innings with 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Top 6 still tied at 5. Brennan Nimmo takes a Jose Alvarez pitch to deep right. It's gone. 6-5 Mets on Nimmo's 3rd home run of the season. Bottom 8, Jerry Familia in trouble with 2 on, no outs. Franco, hard grounder to 3rd. Jeff McNeil starts the great 5-4-3 double play. Things look good at the moment, but Familia would load the bases. Robert Gesellman entered and walked in the tying run. So Bryce Harper, with the bases loaded, pops up the first pitch he sees. Ahmed Rosario is there. Mets lucky to get out of the 8th, giving up only 1 run. We go to extras. Top of the 11th. 2 on, 2 outs. Michael Conforto hits it hard to first off Pat Neshek. Rhys Hoskins can't handle it, while Lagares races to the plate and scores the go-ahead run. 7-6 Mets. Bottom 11, 2 outs. Edwin Diaz gets JT Realmuto swinging. Diaz strikes out the side. Mets win 7-6. Here's Mickey Callaway on Diaz.
It's just something we don't feel like we need to do at this point. You know, when we get to the playoffs, he'll be available for more than 3 outs. But we have faith in our other guys, and they got to get in there and get the job done. And if they don't, we might lose a game. But, hey, that's the reality of the situation. We have faith in them, and they're going to go out there and step it up like they did tonight. And we get a win. Diaz is going to get 3 outs on any given night, and hopefully it's for a save.
Let's send it over now to Jonas and the guys for more on the Mets escaping with the win.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. I'm here with Mark Malusa, Salicata, Peter Body, and obviously everybody talking about how it looked like a good spot for a 4-out save from Edwin Diaz. Familia, Gesellman not throwing strikes in that 8th inning. We see how dominant Diaz is, yet you hear Mickey Callaway say, no, 3 outs. Brody Van Wagenen comes out and speaks as well and says, no, this is an organizational decision. What do you make of this decision to only use Diaz for 3 outs?
Well, I mean, there's a lot to unpack. I mean, following with this one. So, I mean, there's a lot of different levels to it. Number one, you got to have a touchdown feel to a game. When Mickey Callaway's telling the reporters afterwards, well, we'll sacrifice and take a loss. Not after you lost 2 straight down in Atlanta, you're taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. DeGrom gets lit up on Sunday night. There are other games of more importance. So you're watching Familia on the mound basically implode. If it was not for McNeil at 3rd base, the Phillies probably would have taken the lead in that inning and obviously probably won the baseball game. But McNeil bails him out at that stage. And you even look at Gesellman stepping in, and he gets bailed out by the very fact of Bryce Harper with the bases loaded after a 4-pitch walk, swings at the first pitch and pops out to Ahmed Rosario. So here's the problem you have. It's great in theory to say, all right, we only want to use Diaz for 3 outs, but there's a touch and a feel to a baseball game. And obviously, Callaway, we saw struggles with it last year. We saw a struggle with that on Monday night. Edwin Diaz struck out the Philadelphia Phillies to close this game out on 11 pitches.
Agreed.
I mean, he's utterly
dominant. But
dominant.
Brody Van Wagenen comes out and says, well, this is an organizational decision, making you feel as though this is not Mickey Callaway's decision, Pete.
Right, and he comes from Seattle, where he had that unbelievable season last year, 57 saves. He only had 3 opportunities all season where he got 4 outs. where he recorded 4 outs. So this seems like this is the way that the Mariners used him too. But yeah, I agree with Moose. I mean, this was a spot. Callaway, when he got here, kept talking about how he was going to employ the bullpen like he did in Cleveland. And, that was the save situation right there in a 6-5 game at the bases loaded. You bring him in there and he throws gas.